Hi, today we will be looking at adding and subtracting integers or complex numbers. Now we need to have a few components in adding and subtracting integers. First component is our operation formula. Positive times positive is equals to positive. Since we're adding and subtracting complex numbers, we'll need this inside. Negative times a negative will give me a positive, and the difference is when I add the two. Positive times a negative will give me a negative. That's our first component. Our second component would be when two things are together in mathematics, we say that these two values are multiplied. And my last component that I will need inside is our number line. For those of you who don't have a calculator with you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. These are our components that we will need inside whenever we are adding and subtracting complex numbers. Let's have a look at some examples. Suppose, example 1, suppose we have our omega as 3 plus 5i and our z value as -2 minus 3i. Our task is to calculate what is omega plus z and omega minus z. Now first we need to identify which one is our real. This is our real value and this is our imaginary value. This is our real value and this is our imaginary value. Remember, imaginary goes with a sign. Now in adding and subtracting complex numbers, we will only add our real with our real and our imaginary with our imaginary. Either we're adding or subtracting. So let's have a look at some examples. What is our omega? Our omega is 3 plus 5i plus, since this is plus, what is our z value? Our z is -2 minus 3i. Now let's calculate. This is, like I said, we can only add and subtract our real with our real and our imaginary with our imaginary value. So let's calculate. 3 plus minus. What is positive times a negative? Positive times a negative is negative. So we'll say that this is a negative value. 3 minus 2. So 3 minus 2 is nothing but 1. 5i. Since they are like terms, I and I can say that this is apple and apple. We can add apple and apple since they are like terms. So 5 apple minus minus, so negative, sorry, positive times negative. Positive times negative is negative. So 5 apple minus 3 apple is positive 2 apple. So we can say that therefore omega plus z is equals to 1 plus 2i. That's how we calculate, that's how we add complex numbers. Let's look at subtracting complex numbers. What is our omega? Our omega is 3 plus 5i minus, what is our z? Our z is -2 minus 3i. We can only add our real values with our real and our imaginary with our imaginary value. Now let's calculate. 3 minus negative times a negative will give me a positive. So I can say that this is a positive value. 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5i, since they are both I, they are like terms. So 5 apple minus minus, negative times a negative will give me a positive. Negative times a negative will give me a positive. So I can say that 5 apple plus 3 apple gives you positive 8 apple. An apple in our case is I. So I can say that omega minus z is equal to 5 plus 8i. That's how we calculate adding and subtracting integers. Let's look at another example. Let's say z is equals to minus 3 plus 2i, and our omega is 2 minus I. We are going to calculate what is z plus omega and z minus omega. So same process, same concept. So what is our z? Our z is 3 plus 2i, and plus, what is our omega? Our omega is 2 minus I. Now when there's no number written here, it's not 0, but it's 1. If it's 2, we will show you it's 2. If it's 5, we will show you it's 5. But if we don't show you any number, we assume that that's 1. Now let's calculate. Minus 3, this is a positive value. Since there's no sign written there, we say it's positive. If it's negative, we will show you it's negative. But if we don't show you any sign, we assume that that's positive. Now, minus 3 plus, so positive times positive is positive. So I can say that minus 3 plus 2. I don't know what is minus 3 plus 2. So I'll go to my number line. Minus 3, I'll go to my minus 3, it's below 0. Plus 2. Plus, I'll go up. Minus, I'll go down. So minus 3 plus 2. So I'll go to minus 3 and plus 2. So I'll go up 2 times. 1, 2. Our answer is negative 1. Same concept. Plus 2i. So 2i, positive times negative. Positive times negative is positive times negative is negative. So I can say that this is negative. I'll use a different color. So 2i or 2 apple minus 1 apple. So 2 apple minus 1 apple is positive 1 apple. So we can say that therefore z plus omega is equals to negative 1 plus 1i. Same concept here. What is our z value? Our z is minus 3 plus 2i minus, what is our omega? Our omega is 2 minus I. So let's calculate. Minus 3, this is a positive value, so positive times negative is just negative. So minus 3 minus 2. What is minus 3 minus 2? So I'll go to minus 3. Minus 3, I'll go to minus 3. And minus 2. So minus 2, I'll go down 2 times. 1, 2. Our answer is negative 5. Positive 2i, negative times a negative will give you a positive value. So this is the positive value. So 2i or 2 apple plus, there's a number 1 here. We assume that that's 1. So 2i plus 1i. So 2i plus 1i is positive 3i. So we can say that therefore z minus omega is equals to minus 5 plus 3i. And that's your answer. Let's look at our third example. Suppose we have z is equals to 3i, and omega is equals to 4 minus 5i. Concept is the same. Our task is to calculate what is z plus omega and z minus omega. Now, if this is the case, then we will use the same concept. What is our z value? Now, you'll notice that this is our imaginary value and we don't have any real value. So we say that our real value here is 0. So this is our real value and this is our imaginary value. Let's calculate. Concept is the same. What is our z value? Our z value is 0 plus 3i plus, what is our omega? Our omega is 4 minus 5i. So we're adding them. We're adding our real with our imaginary. 0 plus 4. So 0, I'll go to 0, plus 4, I'll go up 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is 4. 3i plus minus, positive times negative. What is positive times negative? Is negative. So I can say that this is our negative. So 3i or 3 apple minus 5 apple. 3 apple minus 5 apple. I don't know what is 3 minus 5. I'll go to 3 minus 5. I'll go down 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's minus 2. So I'll have minus 2 apple. Apple in our case is I. So I can say therefore z plus omega is equals to 4 minus 2i. Let's look at z minus omega. What is z minus omega? So concept is the same. Our z value is 0 plus 3i minus, since we're subtracting, omega is 4 minus 5i. Okay, 0 minus 4. I don't know what is 0 minus 4, so I'll go to 0 on our number line if I don't have a calculator. So 0 minus 4, so I'll go down 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our answer is negative 4. 3i minus minus. So what is negative times a negative? Negative times a negative gives me a positive. So this is a positive value. So negative times a negative will give me a positive. So 3i plus 5i is the same as 3 apple plus 5 apple because they are like terms. 3 apple plus 5 apple is positive 8 apple because 3 plus 5 is 8. We can say therefore z minus omega is equals to minus 4 plus 8i. Okay, let's look at our last example. Suppose we have omega is equals to 2 plus 3i and our z value is equals to 5 plus 3i. Our task is to find what is omega plus z and what is omega minus z. Concept is the same. What is our omega? Our omega is 2 plus 3i plus, what is our z? Our z is 5 plus 3i. Since we're adding, we'll add our real values and we'll add our imaginary values. So 2 plus 5 is 7. 3i plus positive times positive is positive. So we say that this is positive. So it's 3i plus 3i is positive 6i. So therefore we can say that omega plus z is equals to 7 plus 6i. Let's have a look at omega minus z. So what is omega? Omega is 2 plus 3i minus, so this is minus, z is 5 plus 3i. Let's calculate. 2 minus 5, concept is the same. 2 minus 5, I don't know what is 2 minus 5. I'll go back to my number line. 2 minus, I'll go down 5, so 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our answer is negative 3. 3i positive times negative is negative. So 3i minus 3i is positive 0i. So I can say that therefore omega minus z is equals to negative 3. Thank you.